My first big purchase of 2021 is finally here, and I cannot wait to share my thoughts with you guys. I've created 3 looks, and I also have some thoughts and just some general details about this palette because it is actually restocking later today. If you're interested to hear all about the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist collaboration for their Club Nebula palette, then please keep on watching. Hi guys, so we have a very exciting video for me today because this is a video about my very first large-scale makeup purchase in over a year. I did go ahead and purchase the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist collaboration, the Club Nebula palette. As you can see, I got the box. I'm going to use it as decor and storage. I also did get the deck of cards, which let me quickly show you. It is beautiful. And these 2 items are not going to count as part of my budget because I'm not really using them for makeup purposes, but that is what the deck looks like from the back. The designs are all the same, and that is what the cards look like. So here's just some examples of the beautiful artwork. Loving these cards, definitely will be using them. Cannot wait. Now let's get into the actual palette. It comes in this beautiful cardboard box, and then once you take the palette out, that is what she looks like. Stunning, stunning packaging. So well put together, so cohesive. The color story, the presentation, absolutely love it. And I will insert some pictures of this palette that I took before I dug into it. But there is the color story for those of you guys that have not seen it yet and haven't watched any videos on it. Absolutely beautiful. Let me just give you some general details and then we'll jump into the 3 looks. So it is a $45 palette. The cards, if you want them, are $5, and the box I believe was $9 if I'm not mistaken. The palette did sell out the first time, and they are doing a restock, a limited restock from what I understand, later today, Wednesday, February 17th. Angelica has mentioned that they're working on another restock later in the spring, which tells me that it's gonna happen. I would imagine that the brand and the creator of the palette would not actually bring it up if it was not really in the works and almost guaranteed. That's my gut feeling, but then again, what do I know? So she did say, of course, no guarantee, but she also, I think, said there is a limited stock. I think there's 2,000 of these or something like that, releasing later today. So of course, if you didn't get a chance to grab it the first time and you were already pretty sure that you're going to later today, then hopefully these looks will just inspire you in some way and just give you some further ideas of how to use your palette once you get it. However, if you're here to determine whether or not you should or shouldn't get it, then again, I hope at least my looks and some of my thoughts at the end of this video might help sway you in one direction or another. To summarize, I love the palette. I personally am extremely thrilled that I picked it up because I don't have a lot of makeup from indie brands. I don't have a lot of more creative, more fun color stories like this. So for me, this is going to be an incredible creative outlet. I think the shades are so versatile. I think they work so well together. I think that there are endless number of combinations and ways that you can use it. So overall, I am thrilled with this palette. Other than that, you know, I guess stay tuned to the end to hear any other little tidbits. I do have a bit of a disclaimer on the first look. I made a mistake and recorded it as a time lapse. I'm so sorry about that. And of course, you also will not get a chance to see me introduce the palette and say, hey guys, you know, look number 1, here's what we're doing. But just to quickly summarize, I used the very bottom row for look number 1. And in general, in this video, that was my challenge to myself. I basically did 1 look per row. So look 1 is with the bottom row, look 2 is with the top row, look 3, which is what I have on my eyes right now, is with the middle row. Let's get into the 3 looks that I've created with the Club Nebula palette. And right before we do, I just wanted to welcome anyone that is new to my my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome. My name is Natalia. I am doing a low buy budget year, and I am coming off of an entire no buy year for 2020, which is why palettes like this are extra exciting for somebody like me. I was not able to get into the indie craze and indie hype of 2020. I feel like 2020 was really a golden year for the indie brands, and a lot of them truly got a chance to shine and take off. But if you are also on a low buy or no buy, or just looking for a channel where we are a bit more mindful and conscientious of our purchases, we do try to incorporate mostly the makeup that we already own, and on occasion treat ourselves to a little bit of a golden nugget of newness, then I really think you will enjoy being here, and I hope that you will consider subscribing and joining our frugal family. And now, without further ado, let's get into the 3 looks that I've created with the Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos Cosmetics. So I've been recording the whole entire time on my phone in a time lapse without realizing it. I'm so sorry. So you guys will not get to see me say hello, introduce the Kaleidos Nebula palette. I'll do a separate intro for that for the very beginning. This is me being a hot mess. So yeah, this is in the middle of the first look. I'm doing a look with this bottom row right here. I was mentioning at the start of this that I'm filming this on Friday, February 12th, with Valentine's Day right around the corner. So these shadows were just speaking to me today. You guys won't see this in time for Valentine's Day because I have 2 other looks that I would like to do with this palette at least. So it's going to take me a few days to get this up. And I'm also trying for the first time the BK Beauty brushes. So far, I am so impressed. So impressed. And so far, I'm also very impressed with this bottom row. These are the shades Summers and Red Giant that I have all over in the crease and then on the outer and inner of my eye. And then I have Nebula in the center. Over that, just at the very bottom, I put down some Celestial, and I'm about to go in with Nova for my inner corner highlight. The rest of this first look is going to probably zip by in a time lapse. I have no idea if I can slow it down a little bit in editing or not, but either way, I'm going to go ahead, finish up this look, put on some mascara, some eyeliner. I need to choose a lip color and a highlighter, and then I'll come back and just give you guys some final thoughts, because this is my first impression. And even though I plan on doing more looks later on in this video, I wanted to kind of jump in here in the middle and give you guys some initial thoughts. This definitely has like a purple shift. It wasn't quite what I was going for. So I think I'm actually gonna go right back into Celestial and somehow try to remedy that. And that is really cool. Not sure I'm loving it in this specific look. I feel like I should have left it alone and gone for something totally different in my inner corner. I feel like it's just too much. If anybody has any suggestions for how to get like a really small, precise inner corner, I would love it if you would share it with me, because especially with these really chunky shades, which do have this gorgeous shift, I feel like they just never go down right where you want them to, at least for me. This eye is better. I was definitely messy with the other one, but now I feel like I have to match them a little bit. There is some fallout. I think that just comes with the territory when you get such shimmery, sparkly shades. All right, so this is the finished look. This was my first time using the Kaleidos, however we say it, Club Nebula palette that they created in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist.
Do I have lip gloss all over my teeth? Oh, but I had food in my teeth this whole entire time. Nobody told me. How rude.
Guys, I'm really impressed. I do have to say, the only thing that I personally am not used to yet as much, because I feel like shimmers have really stepped it up on the shine and glitter aspect in 2019 and 2020. All the indie brands have got that super shine going. So I'm still not quite keen on some of the glitter fallout. But obviously, I can always do my eyes first. But that's the only thing, is I am seeing some sparkles and such. Oh, I forgot to put on highlighter. Shall we go all out and do a highlighter that's gonna match a little bit my inner corner? I have this ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Ursula. Look at that. I wonder if I should do that. Bold, but maybe appropriate. Is that much? What do you think? Is that a bit much? Maybe it's a bit much, but that's all right. Since I messed up this video and I filmed it in time lapse, let me walk you through real quick what I did. I used Samos in the crease, smoked out like I normally do with a transition shade. Then I have Red Giant in the outer and inner corners. I have Nebula in the center, and then I added a little bit of Celestial down at the bottom, mainly just because I wanted to use more shades because I'm so excited. I just got this palette today. I put Nova in my inner corner, and I can't say I'm loving it in conjunction with the rest of the shades here, but on its own, it's an incredible shade, and I'm definitely going to have fun playing around and maybe putting it on top of other shades in this palette and elsewhere. So far, I'm super impressed. I haven't even swatched this palette. You have probably already seen the swatches because I may have already inserted them at the beginning of this video, but I haven't yet even swatched this palette. I've only taken a few photos and done this first look. I hope you enjoyed the first look, and now let's go ahead and move on to my second look. Hello and welcome to look 2 with the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist Club Nebula palette. The last time I played with the bottom row of this palette, and today I actually would like to play with the top row. I decided that I want to do looks row by row. They don't necessarily work that way. Like, for example, I really am drawn to this 7 of 9 shade, but I feel like it would go fantastic with this Astro shade. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to challenge myself to really do a look with each of the rows, and I'm sure because this is one of the few brand new palettes I have in my collection, I'm gonna keep playing with this palette even past this 3 looks video. So in the future, I would love to do a video maybe with really simple looks, like maybe 2 shade looks, where I would definitely, I think, pair just those 2 shades. These 2 would go well together. I think this matte could go with pretty much any shimmer here. Obviously, the really bright Gravity Chartreuse Lime Green color would go beautiful with Firefly. So I'll definitely play up on these today and see what I can do with at least some of these other mattes in the top row. As always, I think I'm going to speed through this because I am not very good at applying makeup quickly while talking at the same time, and you don't want to be here that long. I know you don't. I forgot to mention that I did already prime my lids with my Marc Jacobs Undercover eyeshadow primer, and I set it with the lightest 2 shades from the Tarte lip palette. This is in my project pan for this year, so I'm trying to get some use out of it wherever I can. So this is where we are at right now. I am about to go put on some probably just black eyeliner. I don't have too many colorful eyeliners on my list to purchase for 2021. If something interesting comes out or something that's already on the market, please give me some suggestions if you have any. Put on mascara. You guys probably, if you've been here with me long enough, know I don't wear falsies. And I know an eyeshadow palette like this sort of screams for false lashes, but I think it's good that there is a wide range of looks that are being shown all over YouTube and Instagram right now. We are all different. We all have different preferences. And I thought it might be fun actually to do some bold looks and show them to you guys with just mascara, because that is what I would do. So today, as I mentioned, I was dipping into the top row of this palette. This is the look that I have come up with so far. And just based on my first impressions, I really enjoyed all of these shadows. I think at the end of this video, I'll maybe go into a little bit more detail of which eyeshadows I thought was super easy to use and which ones were a little trickier just upon first use. I'm about to jump back with the final look, and then we can go ahead and move on to look number 3. All right, here we are. Here is look number 2 with the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist Club Nebula palette. Let me know what you guys think. As I said before, I used the top row for this entire look. I used all 4 of the mattes, 3 of them on my top eyelid, and the dark blue one here, which is called Void, down on my lower lash line, along with some of the Gravity shade. And then of course that gorgeous shimmer Firefly. Oh my gosh, I loved that shade. That I have on the inner third of my lid as well as my inner corner highlight. That is that, and now let's get into look number 3. Hello again. So today we are going to
Wait for the truck to pass by. After all the buses and the neighbors and everything finally calms down.
So today we're going to do the third and final look for this video with the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist collaboration, the Club Nebula palette. For my previous 2 looks, I used the entire bottom row and the entire top row. So of course today we're going to dig into the entire middle row. And as always, I'm just going to speed through this, and then at the end I'm going to do my hair because I just got out of the shower not too long ago, finish my face, and come back with some final thoughts on this palette after doing these looks. So see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I am going to finish up the eyes with some eyeliner, mascara. I'm going to go dry my hair, put a lipstick on, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more about this palette. And here we are with the third and final look with their Kaleidos Club Nebula palette. So what I did today, first I used Naru as a transition. I used Rock Hopper in the inner and outer. I then put Astro in the center as a spotlight eye. And then on my lower lash line, I went in with Cylon and You Are My Only Hope in the inner corner. So basically the middle row was this third look. So let me give you some thoughts. First of all, overall, I absolutely love this palette. I think that even though it is bright and colorful, it is not intimidating. I think that there are endless possibilities here, absolutely endless possibilities, because these shimmers can layer over each other or over the mattes to create other colors, other textures, other reflections. I just cannot even tell you how absolutely stunning this palette is and how fun to use. It's truly is fun. Because I am a bit inexperienced with really colorful mattes and with a lot of these very glittery shimmers, I did struggle a little bit with fallout. The mattes are very powdery, just so you're aware. So if you're not into the kind of mattes that are going to pick up instantly, then this might not be for you. But if you are somebody that is used to powdery mattes or doesn't mind either way, you're fine tapping off your brush, then I did not have any problems with those. Like maybe the darkest ones I had a little bit of a hard time blending, but again, some of these I think is just user error because some of them are not meant to be blown out like a lighter shade might be. So I think I need to play with these more, and I need to improve how I apply eyeshadow and be able to adjust accordingly. Let's see, do I have favorite shades? I mean, so many shades, to be honest. I really loved Firefly. I really am enjoying Astro, which is of course the focal star of today's look. I haven't tried You Are My Only Hope all over, just as an inner corner highlight today, but I have a feeling this might be a really fun, interesting shade. Celestial is beautiful. Red Giant is really gorgeous. I mean, honestly, these two mattes, I have a feeling I'm gonna absolutely adore. Cylon is the one that's on my lower lash line right now. Rock Hopper is what I used on the outer and inner on the upper lid. The greens, I love green. I mean, this 7 of 9 is virtually my favorite color of life. I love turquoise. This is a bit more teal in my opinion, but I am going to definitely enjoy and love on this palette. So just one more time, if I haven't already touched on this at the start of this video, this is being restocked today. Angelica did mention that they're working on another restock sometime in the spring. She didn't promise. She said they haven't fully finalized it yet. But my opinion is, if it was something that was not going to happen, or there was a higher chance that it wouldn't happen versus that it would, the brand and Angelica would not be bringing this up. So I have a feeling it will come back at least one more time. But of course, if you had your eye on this and you knew already that you were going to get it today, hopefully these looks and a little bit of my thoughts are going to push you in one direction or another. I personally would recommend it, but at the same time, if you already have a bunch of releases from 2020, if you have a bunch of either Kaleidos palettes, if you have Cliona, if you have Divina, if you have Adept, I mean, there's a long list, we know, right? Those of us that are in makeup, we know there's a long list. If you have a ton of singles or other palettes, think it through, right? Think it through. See if you have these color stories maybe in spurts, right? Like, you're not gonna get this exact same palette, of course.
How did mine already get a dent? I have no idea.
If you have a ton of other exciting, creative eyeshadows from indie brands, think it through. Go through your collection. Try to dupe it. Even if just for fun, try to dupe it. You might decide that no, you really want these colors all in one neat package. But if you're somebody that builds your own palettes or that has a few palettes that can replicate this, don't spend the $45. It is a gorgeous palette, but I am sure that there are other indie brands that have a similar, if not better, formula. I've barely tried any indie brands because of my low buy. Kaleidos is an amazing formula in my opinion, but my knowledge is somewhat limited. So maybe do a little bit more research on other channels that can compare this to more brands. Other than that, I do recommend it. And I am a little biased because I really, really enjoy Angelica's channel. I have met her in person. I don't know, this is just extra special for me personally. So there's that. I hope that you guys enjoyed all three. I'd love to hear which one is your favorite. I would also love to watch your videos if you've already gotten this palette and have created some looks, so please do let me know in the comments below. I hope to make more videos with this palette. An idea that I had is to do like a bunch of just 1 or 2 eyeshadow combinations, something that would be more for everyday, not in terms of necessarily more subdued colors, but everyday in terms of just quick and easy application. So if that is something you guys would want to see, I might do a video where I just show you guys like a look on each eye that is super easy, super quick, super simple. So yeah, I can't wait to play more with this. I can't wait to share more looks with you guys. And in the meantime, I hope that you will do the same if you have already picked this up or if you definitely know you're going to. And with that, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you so much as always for being here and spending some time with me. One last reminder, if you haven't already, to please subscribe. And other than that, I hope that you're doing really well. I hope that you're continuing to stay safe and healthy, take care of yourself and those around you, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.